Hello everyone, this is Reverend Kit Holmes and it's Wednesday, time for One Mind Wednesday again. There we go. Always waiting for that Facebook Live to start. This is Reverend Kit. This is, Hi, it's Wednesday, time for One Mind Wednesday. Today I am going to be talking about the why, the empowering why, and the not empowering why, or the whiny why, W-H-I-N-Y, not W-I-N-E, why. There's an energetic behind each one. One is far more productive and suited towards our expansion of consciousness and our growth and really our peace of mind. And the other one is the one that keeps us in a victim mode. So the whiny why, it's probably pretty self-explanatory, but it basically comes with the following in thing that says, why me, or why is this happening to me? Now, in a moment of jolt, a traumatic event, something completely out of the blue, unexpected, that is a natural human response. Wait a minute, why is this happening? When we are in calmer waters, and we can get ourselves into calmer waters, is to not attach that thing that says it's happening to me, like it's never happened to anyone else in the world ever before in the history of humankind. That's where we get into that place of, we want to blame immediately. It's somebody else's fault. This is happening to me. Isn't it awful? It is not, please hear this, not discounting dramatic, shocking, any other kind of event. Not at all. I'm not dismissing that. I'm not saying put your head in the sand and saying, oh no, it's, no spiritual bypass here. It is in the acknowledgement, yes, that it's happening. It is in the judgment of why it is happening. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to try to sort this out. The empowering version of that is, or I will say the more curious-minded response, or just a question. The curious-minded thing is, why, if we're just learning about electricity, why when I flip the switch, why does the light come on? There's a curiosity there. There's a whole system of how electricity works. We understand how it works. We understand that most of the time when we flip the switch, the light's going to come on. Okay? So there is a desire and a curiosity to learn something, to understand something on that kind of a level where there's not a judgment about, if I flip the switch on and the light doesn't come on, why is this happening to me? If we take it on that way, then we are not seeking true understanding. We're not seeking to really understand what's going on. Curious is, in this day and age, why when such and such happens here, what is the law behind it? Get curious about it. What is the privilege behind it? What is the unconscious bias behind it? That empowers us to look further, to look deeper, to find out what we can do, what our part in it is. The why is this happening to me is, it's somebody else's fault. Somebody else has to fix this. I have nothing to do with it except to sit back and whine about it. So I think you see the difference here. And it's just an invitation to explore today. Two versions of the same word, the same question. Which one do you want to sit in? Do you want to sit in empowerment, or do you want to sit in victimhood? And sitting in victimhood is okay, as long as you don't stay there. I give myself my whiny moments, my whiny teenager, obnoxious teenager moments internally, but I don't stay there. Because it feels really good to want to blame somebody else for stuff, right? But really, the idea here is an expansion in consciousness, spiritual growth, emotional growth, that we can move into living the life without being pulled into those moments of Everything happens to me. The sky is falling. Oh my. Just something to consider this week. Thank you for tuning into One Mind Wednesday. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for doing all of those things. And I did put a note down in there today. You've probably seen some of the promotion stuff that I've done, that yes, the One Mind Wednesday logo is currently an AI generated image. Everything else that I share, everything else that I create, I'm keeping it real with y'all. Just wanted to make that little side note there, and look forward for stay tuned, I should say, to some further little tweaks that are coming in all of this stuff in the very near future. All right, remember, we are all part of the one mind, which means we are all in this together. Kindness matters, not niceness. Kindness, there's a difference. We'll talk about it. And love is indeed the only answer. That's what I believe. I hope you do too. All right. I love you all dearly. I'll see you again next Wednesday. Take care.